Is it possible to build a team from League One to the Premier League using only a club's youth facilities? Well, today, that is exactly what we are going to try. What you guys may not know is that Burton Albion share their training ground with England at St George's Park. And what I've done today to make it even better is juiced up their youth facilities and coaching facilities to make them all maxed out. To see if we can build a team from one of the worst teams in League One, where they finish in 20th place, to become a Premier League side in just 10 seasons using only that youth academy. And of course, it's going to be an amazing challenge. So grab yourself some popcorn and let's see if we can rebuild Burton Albion into a Premier League side using only their top tier facilities. And of course, here we are on Football Manager, where we are set up in the 25-26 season, with Burton surviving by the skin of their teeth in League One to not get relegated, finishing down in 20th place, just a point above Crawley. But as I've said, Burton are a very interesting team. They share the training facilities with England at St George's Park, which is a fantastic thing because they get to train with some of the best in the world. But what I've done to make this even more fun and enjoyable, where I actually get youth academy players come through, is I've given them exceptional academy coaching and exceptional youth recruitment. So our facilities are all 5-star maxed out. So we should be getting the best young talent in England come to Burton. And I want to see if in just 10 years, the best youth facilities can take us to be a Premier League winning side. Now, of course, I'm not just going to be doing a simulation and seeing what happens. We are going to build a fantastic tactic and make sure these youngsters are in the correct mentoring groups, training and everything to make them the best they can possibly be. And hopefully, maybe bringing some of these players back to St George's via the English national team by the end. That would be pretty awesome to see if at the end of this, we have got players in the English national team. Now, obviously, Burton's team, as we start out, we are going to be using a very meta 4-2-3-1 to see if we can somehow survive with this team. I mean, I'm not going to be releasing every single player like I normally do on youth-only rebuilds, purely because they're already simply rubbish, and that would not be ideal in the slightest. I want to semi-update a database. This is as of like the middle of July, so I'm not too sure if there's new players here or not, but we are set up to hopefully survive. Now, this first season is going to be very, very boring. I am just going to simulate this first year, as we've got no youth players to really look into. But as we go forwards, just a year, I expect that every single youth candidate's bit here is 5-star, excellent youth intake, which, if you're like me and you're a fan of Football Manager, is one of the best things you can possibly see. So let's kick this off, and season 1, let's just survive in League One and have some fun with some youth academy talent. And here we are straight away at the end of season number 1 with a very good season, which is a joy to behold. We managed to finish in 7th place, proving you plug in a very meta tactic, even with a team that finished 20th in League One, we can improve drastically. Fabio Tavares scored 20 goals for us this season. He is extremely quick, and I am not surprised to see so, but I don't care about any of these players whatsoever. What I care about is this development centre and our youth candidates, because this is the dream. Look at that. 5 stars everywhere. We have a goalkeeper in Evans Prefera who has full aerial reach, which is not ideal for Football Manager in the slightest. But anyway, we have Lathan Radon, a centre-back. We have a central midfielder in Grant Marshall. We have an Iranian striker in Afran Rafe with 14 finishing already, and could straight away be our starting striker. Mitchell Joseph is a striker also with a good finishing but poor speed, so maybe not. Lee Owen, a good centre-back. Michael Mills is a great centre-back. We have Aaron Barkas, who looks like a very quick right winger straight away. And you get the picture. Every single season, we're going to have a bunch of 5-star academy prospects coming up, and my job is to turn them into superheroes. And something else which has massively got my attention in the last couple of months is MFL. It is a game based purely around regens, and I love the player progression system in this game. It's a game that I am sponsored by for MFL, which you guys can get your hands on. There's a link that's going to be down in the description, or using 348655. where you can get access to MFL, and once you spend $25 or more, you get your hands on a free player. And you can quite easily get some players like I've got in this squad here. I picked up Victorio Andrade last season for $2.50 on the 25th of June. He's gone up 10 overalls, is now worth about $20 to $25. But for me, this is the most important and fun part of playing MFL. I'm going to keep this guy forever, see how good I can develop him and what sort of striker he turns into. He might become a 99 overall because the overalls are completely random what they could progress to. You could get a 46 for free for using my code down below, and he could grow into a 99. And that's why I love playing MFL so much, for the player progression system, but also because it's been so captivating. This is a fake squad that I have built up in my mind and built this team up from the ground. And today is the final day of the season. It is quite literally do or die. 45 points at the top of the league, joint on top, and I play bottom of the league, and I'm probably going to bottle it and not win the league, but hopefully that doesn't happen. MFL have been fantastic supporting the channel over the last few months. If you guys want to get involved, as I've said, there's a link down in the description, and using the 348655 code, you can get yourself a free player once you spend $25 or more. Now, first up, what I'm going to do is very simple. I'm going to move them all up into the first team. I do this every single time with my youth candidates because I like them training with the first team. Now, I will say it is less needed in this rebuild purely because the youth facilities are also 5-star. Normally, if you've got 5-star training facilities and rubbish youth facilities, you don't need to do this quite as much. No, you do need to do this as much as possible. So they're training in the good facilities. In this one, a little bit less so, but we're going to do it anyway. And from there, I'm also going to make all the 1.5-star players available for the under-18s team as well. It's these academy ones, which need to be training and playing games with that squad. And then the rest of them, like Kane, Selvin, Aaron Barkus, Michael Mills, Lee Owen, Efran, Raphael, I want them being in around the first team and playing lots of games. You can see already here the value of some of these players, like Kane Slevin, already up at over £1 million, could get 2 million for him straight away. And for a club like Burton, that'll be very helpful. We currently have £5 million in the bank, and a part of this rebuild is we seeing how rich we can make Burton, how many player sales we're going to get, as I've said, how many players we can develop into the English national team. And of course, the goal in this 10 years is to also make Burton a Premier League club. Now, in terms of debt, there's not a lot here whatsoever, which is awesome. We are literally going to be, hopefully, just farming youth players over the next couple of years, getting promoted and seeing what superstars we can develop through this Burton Academy. If you like the sound of this rebuild, make sure you're smashing that like button. And of course, subscribing to the channel because it helps me out massively. And if you want to see a second part of this video in maybe next week, of turning Burton into a Premier League winner or even Champions League winner, carrying on this, so from season 11 onwards, let me know in the comments down below. I've not done that for this video, but let me know if you guys want to see that. This video is purely 10 seasons. How far can we get Burton? And can we develop players of the English national team and the Premier League using the best facilities possible? And as we can see straight away, on the 5th of July, it is very possible that 4 of them Youth Academy players come straight in to this starting lineup. Barkus as the right winger with that electric speed. Raphael up front with that fantastic finishing and pace. Selvin, purely because he's incredible. And Owen also playing at centre-back. Now, purely for the start of this rebuild, I'm not going to lock Youth Academy talent into the team because I don't want to take away from the chance of getting promoted. I think getting into the championship is even more important, so these players are playing against better opposition, quicker in their careers and developing earlier. I've got a full video on how to develop Youth Academy talent. That'll be linked up there for you guys to watch if you're not as aware of how to increase this talent and how to make them as good as possibly can be. Playing against good teams is part of that, but also game time is as well. And I kind of feel like to get these guys game time, we just need to be playing them as much as possible, but not overworking them and making them available for the under-18s as well, which is what you can see I've done with all the 1.5-star players and the 2-star players be in and around this first team. So interested to see, without locking players into position and taking away from some of our experience, how these 5 youngsters in particular can do in League One. Can they get us promoted straight away? And to absolutely no surprise, in season number 1, we have our first breakout star. The right winger, Aaron Barkas, was simply fantastic in this first season as a rotational winger, which is exactly what he needed to be. We can see straight away from his stats, he has started to develop his pace, acceleration, dribbling, and also his mental stats. At just 16 years of age, he made 9 appearances starting, 10 off the bench, scored 5 goals, and got 3 assists, and is already a Sky Bet League 2 standard player. And to be honest, he's going to have to grow pretty quickly to carry on playing in this team, because we have had a simply fantastic season this year. Last year finishing in 7th place, we added in a few youngsters, let a few of the old players go, and well, we turned that 7th place into a 2nd place, and Burton Albion are going up in automatic promotion. On 85 points, just 3 points away from Lincoln in the top spot, Burton are top of the league, which is a fantastic, fantastic season. Now, in terms of the game time for a lot of these youngsters, Aaron did play the most with 19 matches, that is for sure. But Irfan Rafai made his debut, so did Lee Owen, so did Kane Selvin, and them 4 in particular that we were really concentrating on. 2 of them already 2.5-star players, and Lee Owen and Aaron Rafai have also made their debuts, which is fantastic. But it's not just the fact we're going to get 1 Golden Academy, is it? Because every single season, we get more and more 5-star players. Welcome Alex Aaron, Aaron Makoma, Daniel McEwen, Razak Modrazi, Callum O'Malley, and Michael Constantelius in the cam role. We are going to just produce 5-star talent like it's nobody's business. And of course, we can't go through every single one, but ones that start to get game time, we will talk on. So if Daniel McEwen comes an absolute legend, which with 5 finishing might be difficult, we will touch him at that point. But I think it's safe to say an incredibly good first season. We have done more than I could have ever expected, and to have a young player already come through and start to score lots of goals is brilliant. Our top goal scorer this season was Fabio Tavares, and in cam we've got Thomas Kalinauskas as well, who got 14 goals and 5 assists. Jack Cooper-Love is a really good striker, 8 goals and 6 assists, and I'm sure will be very helpful throughout this rebuild. He has been all over the place in his career, mainly in Sweden, going over to Holland, and now in England with Burton, and has had 2 very decent seasons with us, which is good to see. Dylan Williams as well, another player that's here with high potential, released from Chelsea, coming into Burton, and I'm sure is going to be a fantastic player for us. I often sign this guy for free in my rebuilds, doing a lower League One, because he is absolutely fantastic, and you can see straight away a leading League One left back, and he'll be a Premier League left back at some point, I am sure of it, on FM anyway. Jack Hazelhurst as well from the academy is also here, and who else has performed well? No one else really been actually that fantastic. I mean, Aaron Barkas in the games he played was the best player in the whole club. That's exactly what we want to continue to see. And with this season, we pick the team by the best 11, and none of them quite break in to the first team as of yet. But the bench is absolutely swamped with the youngsters we've brought in. Kane, Lee, Aaron, there's also Efran here as well, and I need to bring up the players from the under-18s into the team also, as I imagine lots of these are going to get lots of game time this season as well, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. It's exactly what we need and exactly what we want. I will be sorting out loans for players which I think aren't quite at the development to play yet, but hopefully we can develop them in our team. I'm not going to be trying to renew many contracts for players which are here as of the start. I want to mainly focus on the youth academy players, but there will be some that stay around. You know, a star goalkeeper is often very hard to come by, so Harry Eisted will probably stay around for a while. If we don't get a striker which can score goals, I'll probably keep someone like Jack Cooper-Love around for quite a while as well, but that's just part and parcel of the game. Hopefully, by the end of this 10 years, the whole team is just youth academy talent everywhere. In fact, I guarantee by the end of 10 years, this team will just be a fully Burton Albion only team. And it'll be interesting as well, because when we get our first youth academy sale of any decent money, of course we've not had anything as of yet, but as we go through the next few seasons, I'm sure some of these players have some ridiculous potential. I mean, I've got the in-game editor enabled purely to make the facilities better, but if we were to look at Aaron Barkas, we can actually check out his potential ability of 149, which is a very good Premier League player. We know this guy can get to that level. So is there going to get to a point where he's poached off us for in and around this figure? I think with our current financial situation, we would take £5 million. So it would be interesting to see when that sort of stuff starts to happen. Well, the goal this season was very, very simple. Survive. It is championship football, and that's what we needed to do. And this youthful Burton Albion side, well, they managed to do exactly that, helped by a couple of absolute superstars. Aaron Barkers is becoming an unbelievable right winger, and Mills, well, you saw him start off the first goal, and you see him get an assist there in the second as well. We do get a third against Wrexham. This one isn't by a Youth Academy player, just Jake Cooper Love having a shot come right off his stomach and make it 3-0 against Wrexham, who are a relegation candidate with us, but just like us, managed to survive in 15th place while we survive in 19th. The mighty Burton have managed to get promoted from League One, survive in the Championship, while only bringing up Youth Academy talent. And this season, our crop of youngsters played even more games. Michael Mills is now a 3.5-star centre-back / defensive midfielder with elite consistency, incredible mentals for a 17-year-old, great physicals and good defensive stats. In terms of his potential, it's 146, so also a mid-table Premier League club. And at 17, he's progressing ridiculously well. And 10 goals for Aaron Barkers this season with 7 assists. Now, am I surprised? Not at all. He has got ridiculous pace and determination and very good dribbling. And this guy also now a 3.5-star player. We have developed already 2 first-team players in 2 seasons just by having a good youth academy. That is absolutely mental. And they're both starters for this team straight away. Michael Joseph is someone we touched on last season. He has now made his Burton debut, 2 starts in the Championship, no goals as of yet, but looks like a very good striker that could develop for this team. The only issue with him is very, very poor consistency. And the other man to play a whole bunch of games is Kane Selvin, now a value of £5.8 to £7 million. At 18 years of age, has 6 caps for the Irish under-21s, has 5 goals in 16 starts from defensive midfield, and is progressing into a really good player. And what a shocking youth intake this is. Only 3 5-star players. What's the point in even having these fantastic facilities? This would be the absolute dream in any other save. Florian Relischner is a German left winger with great flair and work rate. He looks really good. Jay Potts, a goalkeeper, could potentially be our goalkeeper of the future. Kasper Bickerstaff is a central midfielder with great ball playing ability. Give me Paul Scholes vibes. Jordan Here is a centre-back, 6'1" already with no inconsistency, is really, really good. And Tommy Kerrigan is a right back with 8 crossing, but not a lot of pace so far. If that grows, he could also be very, very good. And don't forget as well, some of these players down here that are, 2-star could have a really high potential ceiling. I mean, it's going to be embarrassing when this is about 80, 96, but there is no surprise. Well, there is no secret in the fact that someone with 2-star to 3-star potentiality could actually be one of the best youth academy players to come through. Your scouts just don't know that. And sometimes you can, miss these players coming through. Warren Baker, are you also going to be rubbish? Yep, 76. I'm being completely mugged off right now, but yeah, Jordan here is a 5-star one with 152. Maybe I'm chatting complete waffle. Maybe that's just something that I am making up in my own head, but I'm absolutely sure it's not, by the way. So if you guys are doing youth only saves, make sure to keep an eye on absolutely everyone. Most people don't have the editor enabled. I've purely got it because of facilities, etc. But it's also quite helpful to see the star players and how they actually go on to progress. Callum Rioch played 2 games, got a 7.1 for us at right back. So right back does look like a need for us. He has 147 potential as well and has made his debut. So another player also coming up, but a very successful season again. And we also had the joys of hosting Chelsea this season. We lost 1-0 in the FA Cup 4th round, but that's a pretty good performance. As things stand, we still haven't had our first big sale. But for the first season in the rebuild, we officially have players in the best 11 from the very start. Aaron Barkhouse and Michael Mills are both in the starting lineup straight away, which is absolutely awesome. Now, the predictions for this Burton side are always going to be in this relegation zone, and I am not going to be surprised if we never get out of that in this rebuild, but it's something that we're going to have to live and learn with, and hopefully eventually develop a team which can click in one season and fly up into the Premier League. I don't know if we're going to get to the Premier League at all in this video. I hope we do, but we just need really good academy talent to come through and stay at the club as well, which at the moment is looking likely. Obviously, we've got to keep in mind contracts, etc. But so far, things are going very well. And then, just like that, Our Wonder Kids are poached away from us, and this is the difficulty of this rebuild. Aaron Barkas leaves to go and join Nottingham Forest, and Kane Selvin gets picked up by none other than Brighton. No surprise whatsoever that he's ended up at the perfect Wonder Kid farm. But you know what? I literally don't even care, because this club is going to produce so many Wonder Kids. And we've already seen one of them. Joseph, the right winger from the Dominican Republic, manages to score a backstick header in the final game of the season against Sheffield United. And someone we've not even seen in this rebuild yet, Grant Marshall. He played 42 games this year and got 19 goal contributions. This guy has quite literally just flown up from the woodwork as soon as there's a spot open in the club and become an absolute superstar. Great determination, really good stamina and agility on him as well, and good ball playing ability. 43 starts, 8 goals, 10 assists, sorry if I was slightly wrong on that. Already worth £8 million and has a attribute detail of 144. So less potential, but certainly good enough for this team. And I mean, he's coming straight away and massively helped us this season, because I think without him and without Joseph, we would have got relegated. We finished on 20th place, 49 points, just 3 points clear of relegation. And that final day of the season victory over Sheffield United was absolutely massive. We have seen Michalis Konstantinis come up through the squad as well. 4 starts for him, 28 off the bench. He's developing very nicely as an 18-year-old Cam. Callum O'Malley is a left-back with 6 starts and 3 assists. That's someone to keep an eye on. 10 crossing, ridiculous pace and great determination on him. Scrolling down a bit more, of course, we have Grant Marshall and Mitchell Joseph. Michael Mills playing 34 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. I almost guarantee this guy ends up leaving. He's wanted by 11 clubs. They are all Premier League clubs. They are all good Premier League clubs as well at developing talent. And his contract runs out in 3 seasons with a release clause of £7 million. I imagine we might be seeing the end of Michael Mills very shortly. Goalkeeper-wise, he hasn't started as of yet. Lee Owen has started to play a few games. 8 starts for him, 26 off the bench overall. And that is basically it for the youngsters, I believe. But, I mean, we're doing so well. I mean, even this guy going out on loan, the first loan spell we've really had, going out to Matlock in the lower leagues. He just played 36 games, 10 goals. So, you never know. He could be a decent player. I guarantee his potential's rubbish. 106 actually isn't that bad. Probably League One quality player. But that's the sort of player which we can loan out and see what he can go out there and do. But I would say, considering we've lost our 2-star players, it's a pretty successful season. Someone else that I'm keeping a massive eye on is Evans Pefra. He's played a few games for us, especially last season. Played 15, 24 conceded in the 6.63. But as an 18-year-old, that's not too bad. His area reach has gone up from 4 to 8, which is already really good. And he seems to be developing into a really, really good goalkeeper who we could certainly use in this rebuild at some point. I mean, there's no surprise Harry Isard is still here, but at 31 is not getting any younger. And isn't exactly a top-tier talent. I mean, last season, the 6.69 isn't too different to what Pefra did. Now, currently looking into the team, we've got Marshall and Joseph and Owen all in the starting lineup. But once again, the bench full of superstar wonder kids. In terms of our championship prediction, yeah, still bottom of the league, 150 to 1 rather than 300. So making strides. And financially, them two sales, well, they've worked absolute wonders for the club. We have £17 million in the bank. And if you guys want to pick this save file up at any point, then this save file will be available on the Patreon, linked down below. You can play with a club which is built for youth. The system will all be set up for you. You can start it at the start, you can pick it up at this point, or you can pick it up at the end of season 10, where hopefully we are a Premier League club. And that'll be available in the Patreon, linked down below, of course, with this fantastic tactic as well. So if you want to get access to that, check out the link below. Well, the 3 players that were in our starting lineup for this season, they're all gone. We've raised 23 million, but they've all left on release clauses. Lee Owen joined Sunderland in January for 9.25 million. Mitchell Joseph joins Nottingham Forest, already made 5 Premier League appearances, which is fantastic. And yeah, fair play to him for £9 million. And finally, for rising to £8 million, the Iberici Eze replacement, it's Grant Marshall going to Crystal Palace. So with our 3-star players gone, are we going to have the talent coming up that can replace them? or are we possibly going to get relegated? Well, we had to change the way our front line looked and resorted to relying on a year one academy talent, Iranian striker Rafe, who came up in season 1 of this rebuild, now 20 years of age, was our striker this year and managed to score double-figure goals, including 2 here against Luton. And lucky enough for us, them goals were enough to keep us safe, once again on 49 points, and the bottom 3 being completely and utterly useless. But this is going to be a very, very difficult 10 seasons, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do this challenge because all of our players keep going. We are getting very, very rich, which is brilliant. But if we can't ever get out of the championship, what's the point in being rich? Because we're never going to be able to spend this money, and I'm worried that that could be the sort of scenario here. Florian Reichensteiner is the German left winger we got last season. He has developed really good this season. 17 years of age, again valued at £8.8 million. Probably going to get snapped up pretty quick. And apart from that, really we didn't have too many good players come through and play lots of games. I mean, we've got Michael Constantelius here, 13 starts, 13 off the bench. 14 off the bench for Mali, but no assist this season. Nathan Burton's come out of the woodworks from absolutely nowhere. 20 flair on a defensive midfielder. Hold up, wait a minute. Nathan Burton, where have you come from? Valued at 30k with a 4-year contract with 20 flair. 5'5". We've got like a Kante Messi regen, either footed. This guy looks fantastic. 155 potential as well. Could genuinely be a top tier player. 23 starts, 2 goals, 4 off the bench. I bet he's fun to watch in the match engine for sure. 11 games for Evans Afria this season again. 6.71, so certainly getting better and a bit of growth as well. Again, jumping reach and area reach getting better, and his shot stopping is very decent. So again, over the next few seasons, we might have to develop him into our starting keeper as Harry Eisted gets older. Anyone else here that needs mentioning in terms of youngsters playing games? Not really, sadly, which is a bit of a shame. A very weird season, one purely about survival. Our 3 best players all got poached at the start of the season on release clauses. And sadly, that's something that's going to just continue to happen throughout this video. And I'm not even going to get excited and show you the starting lineup for this season because straight away Sunderland have robbed 2 of our players again. It's the 2 starters in Reichensteiner has gone to Sunderland and not played a single game this season. And Rafi also went in January and has played 2 games in the FA Cup, probably for us, and played a single game. Now, don't get me wrong, that's another £18 million raised, and financially we're up to £41 million and £51 million in transfer budget, but it's just not ideal that all of our star players are getting robbed. We did have our best season by far this year though, finishing in 10th place on 70 points and a positive goal difference in the championship for the first time. 2030 seems to be the year we have turned everything around. Looking into the squad, is it because Wonder Kids have started playing well? Yes, it's because Nathan Burton is an absolute joke. He has played 35 games this season from a 6.87, is wanted by Derby, Leicester, Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday, and probably Sunderland as well, let's be honest. And contract-wise only has a £2.8 million release clause, and you won't be surprised to see he doesn't want to sign a new contract. It's so frustrating. So he is also probably leaving the squad as well. And in terms of other games, you can see here, all of the youngsters got game time. Constantelius in the cam role, 5 goals, 8 assists, 95 games for him now is awesome to see. Anyone else here that we need to touch on that's broken on? Aaron Karoma, 29 starts as a right winger, 8 goals and 4 assists for him also. Daniel McEwen, 3 starts, 70 off the bench. He's been here for quite a while. Has he still got like 3 finishing? No, it's up to 8 and 14 composure and good speed. So he's someone to certainly keep an eye on as well, which is good to see. Razak Modraski at centre-back has made a good start to his career as well. £10 million value on him is absolutely awesome. I mean, the money farm here is fantastic, but in terms of really progressing, it's becoming difficult. Jamie Fraser as a right back, great crossing dribbling, great speed. I'd love to keep hold of him. His value is high, but I'd love to keep hold of him for as long as possible. He looks amazing. And in terms of the goalkeeper, is it still Harry Eisted? It is, and a 6.89. So Prefera just holding on, waiting his time, doing well. He is against Nathan Burton, probably because Nathan Burton wants to leave the club immediately because he's by far the best player in terms of attributes. 135. Yeah, he should be playing Premier League football right now at 20 years of age as well, which is very interesting to see. And one thing I want to do as well now we're in 2030 is just check up on some of the other players and see how they've progressed. Lee Owen, not playing any games whatsoever, but is playing lots of games for Wales. Mitchell Joseph, dominating for the Dominican Republic, but is in the Forest Youth Academy, which is frustrating for sure. Grant Marshall, not played a single game for Palace yet either, which is annoying because I'd love to have him at our team. Aaron Barkas played 58 games for Forest. I've only got £57 million. Played 29 games in the Premier League and could be an England player, listed as a wonder kid as well. Okay, Aaron Barkas could be the first guy that goes into the England team. Kane Selvin, on loan at Union St Gilloise. What a random loan deal. But again, pretty cool to see. Not made his Irish debut as of yet. And Michael Mills, I believe, is the last one. Now playing at Brentford. Went out on loan to Norwich, didn't do very well. And then Brentford didn't do very well this season either. But also another very good player that we've progressed, value of £43 million. So we are producing some incredible talent. And we're managing to apparently get better in the league as well. You never know. The next season or two, we could be a Premier League side. And we are now getting to the point where we are 6 seasons in, 4 seasons to go in the challenge to see if we can get promoted to the Premier League. So you'd like to think we'd now start keeping hold of our best players. Or not. Aaron Karoma leaves the club. Now, to be fair, this guy hasn't played a lot for us and wasn't amazing. Sold him for 7.25 million, rising to 12.75. But there is 2 deals that really hurt me. Number 1, Jamie Fraser to Sunderland. I hate Sunderland. They are robbing all of our star players, and he's gone there as well. Played 1 game. £10 million has been raised. And no surprise, Nathan Burton has also left the club and played 3 games on the bench for Sheffield United in the Premier League after moving for 2.8 million. And now has no value again and is wanted by Hull on a transfer. And Hull are in the Championship. No, I'm not going to re-sign him because he's a bit of a tool, to be honest. He asked to leave us in the end, and his release scores was so low because he wouldn't sign a brand new contract. So I actually hate this guy with a passion. But, I mean, more importantly, just very frustrating that he went for literally nothing and then didn't end up even playing Premier League football. But this is the kind of player that I love to see and I like to come back to. Aaron Barkas. Now we know he's a wonder kid. I'm going to keep checking on him. Another 32 games in the Premier League this year. 2 goals and 4 assists and a 7.01. Is unhappy because he wants a brand new contract and is wanted by Leeds in the Premier League as well. £50 million value is crazy and just fantastic to see an academy player really come up and progress. In terms of our season this year, it was another, well, sadly, after last season, 70 points won, it was a massive drop-off down to 53. But am I surprised losing our best player and a good left winger? Not at all, to be honest. In terms of goals, we are being carried this year by a new player. Norman Wiley comes up with 15 goals and 2 assists, and he looks brilliant. I'm not going to get too excited because he'll leave me next week, but he looks good. 14 goals in the Championship this year as mostly a 16-year-old and, well, no, actually mostly a 17-year-old the whole season pretty much, but an unambitious striker. Fantastic. Bad mentality on him, but other than that, looks really good. Sam Deacon is a 19-year-old that's come up. Great determination, speed, and consistency. 9 goals and 6 assists for him also. Konstantelios is now a 3.5-star player and has stayed at the club now for 134 games. 7 goals and 7 assists is cool to see. Our best performer this season through the academy was Konstantelios. We then have Sam Deakins and Evans Afria played 8 games and got a 6.82. Very close now to Harry Eisted, who is now 34 years of age and soon will be replaced. Daniel McEwen had 33 games off the bench and scored 6 goals as well. And Razak Modrazi is now a 3-star player, 20 games, 21 off the bench, and looks really good. So it's safe to say we are getting there. We are continuing to develop talent, and I am keeping up on the fact that all of our facilities are 20 out of 20. If they have ever dropped throughout this rebuild down to 19 or 18 due to depreciation, I've just upped them again to 20 because we are doing a max facilities rebuild. So apologies if you're not a fan of that, but it keeps up the max facilities rebuild. Again, if you guys haven't liked the video, make sure you like it, and around 70% of you are not subscribed to the channel, so smash that subscribe button. Well, sadly, it was another season of doing absolutely nothing in the league, finishing on 49 points. And once again, a few players leaving the club, with Steve Taylor going for potentially up to £10 million. You played 2 seasons with rubbish ratings, so cheers, Spurs. We certainly take that one. And Harvey Williams leaving for going up to 13.5. And again, only played really 2 seasons and didn't do that well. So, yeah, the profit is still rolling. But there is absolutely no doubt these squads is struggling, and struggling hard as well. We do have players which are scoring goals for us. I mean, Norman Wiley last season was very good. This season, slight drop-off, didn't really improve too much with his unambitious character. I'm not surprised. Sam Deaking doing decent. Constantinius doing decent. But honestly, it has been a bit of a slog this last couple of seasons. The same sort of players are coming in and doing well. The same sort of players aren't really progressing too much. It's amazing to see the amount of potential we have at the squads, but we're just kind of not managing to take that next level and get promoted. I really hope we manage to do that in this 10 seasons. Otherwise, well, I probably wouldn't have released the video, to be honest. So hopefully we have done it. Or it's going to be a massive shock and a twist at the end, which also gets you hooked in. So we'll have to see about that one. But yeah, not a great season. Lost some players. Come 20th place. And of course, more Wonder Kids that are coming up and coming through, which we need to sort out where they're playing. Well, this season, we did have a new breakout star, but the weird thing is, it's someone that's been here for a good few seasons, and I've never quite been confident of the fact that he would actually progress into anything major. Now, we're going to see him score 2 goals in this game against Plymouth. This one was an own goal in the end. You can see him there in the middle, Mr. McEwen. He had 5 finishing when we started. He's now turned into an absolute bagsman. Colt finds Godwin Maffey to armour to find McEwen in the middle to make it 3-0 in this game, and he's going to grab the 4th straight away as well. Pritchard driving down the right hand side finds Cooper Love, a good ball in behind, but the pressure of the man makes it 4-0, and a 5th is going to come as well just before half time, just showing simply how dominant we were in this game against Plymouth. And to be honest, it was a really good result, and these sort of results were few and far between once again this season, but there are big changes happening at the club. Now, obviously, we have a brand new striker in Mr. McEwen, who now has 10 finishing, 15 composure, and decent speed, scoring 20 goals this season and grabbing 2 assists at the age of just 22. We have decided this season to commit to goalkeeper Evans Pefferer to be our number 1. He played 28 games in the second half of the season, conceded 48, but is growing. Good area reach, good jumping reach now, great balance, agility, and shot stopping. And I won't be surprised if very soon he has his first Ghanaian cap as well. But it does look like we have finally found our long-term number 1. And we have also had someone that's been here for a long time break through in Hussein Naji, a Iraqian left winger who is great in big matches, not very consistent, but scored had 16 goal contributions in 21 starts, 22 off the bench, and looks to be a very good championship level player for us. And what's even better is that for the first time, what it feels like in a few seasons, we now have 5-star potential beaming through the squads. I mean, there is quite literally here going to be, 14 players, all with 5-star potential in the team. And in terms of like 4.5-star potential, there's another 10 there as well. We've got Jose Dumbia, a Frenchman. Razak is now here as a 4-star and 4.5-star potential player and playing 37 games. Not very well, mind you, on a 6.6, but he is playing games nonetheless. Jamie Colt is someone that's come through, and he has had 13 goal contributions in 40 starts. Another player with just pure speed. And all of that amounts to us finishing down, once again, in 18th place on 54 points. But I do feel like there's a change happening. I feel like because of all the 5-star players which are coming through, because of now having a striker and a goalkeeper that we know are going to be the starters for the next few seasons, I genuinely believe that within a season or 2, Premier League football could be coming to Burton Albion. Because if we have the progression that we really could do, well, we could fly into the Premier League and be quite comfortable there too. There was again a couple of players that left us this year. Norman Wiley went to Fulham for 11 million, and so did Ryan Lucas to Sunderland. This team is literally like our B. Well, we are Sunderland's B team at this point. I mean, how many signings have actually gone there in this rebuild? It seems ridiculous. Jamie Fraser is just not progressing. Now on loan at MK Dons. Should have just stayed with us, mate. You'd be a superstar by now. Wrestling Hona is now on loan at Swansea. I mean, again, should have just stayed here. Fran Rafai went on loan at Wigan and actually looks really good. Played some Premier League football this season. I like the look of him, but listed for £3.9 million. He could have stayed with us. Lee Owen, 2 games worth 120k. Just stay here and progress. Sunderland have been absolutely shafted with us. Aaron Barkers now does play for Leeds. Still no England cap as of yet, but £104 million in value. He was signed for 47 million. And I know full well we'd have had a fat, percentage sell-on clause on that as well. So financially, we're doing well. £54 million. The board have given us 97 to spend if we want it. And I mean, regardless, if you guys don't want to carry on the youth only in this save, you just want to climb in the Championship or hopefully Premier League with an absolute boatload of money and incredible facilities, well, it's certainly going to be a save you can pick up. And well, actually, this is the last season of the rebuild, which I didn't realise. So we're going into season 10 with this team currently, which is going to be very, very interesting. We have Bilson as our best cam, a 19-year-old. He could progress exponentially this season and become a star. Same goes for Jamie Coult. With that speed, he could be dangerous. And up front, I mean, Daniel McEwen better make his Northern Irish debut and take Burton to the Premier League. We'll have to see if that is going to happen or not. Of course, Pefferer is the goalkeeper, Rawdon and Fairbrother in the defence, as well as Pritchard, who looks very good. And the only man, I believe, well, there's actually three still here from Burton Albion. We've got Armour, who's playing centre-back for us. Jack Armour as a left-back / centre-back. He's been here from the very start. We've got Kegs Chauke from South Africa, who's been here again from the very start and been fantastic. And then Cooper Love, who's played 385 games for us now with 145 goals. And has consistently been like a double figure goal scoring striker, which is just absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens in this final season. But hopefully, it's Premier League football. And well, actually, for the first time in a long time, we started the season off in electric fashion. We beat Swansea, Bristol City and Barnsley in the month of August, drawing to Oxford and Birmingham and losing to Leicester. We lost to Bournemouth and Sheffield Wednesday, but beat Middlesbrough and Coventry, lost to Reading, but then went on a fantastic unbeaten run, drawing to Millwall, beating Wolves, Derby, Bristol Rovers, Cardiff, Bolton, Sheffield United, Hull, Bolton again, Reading, Middlesbrough and Millwall, with a few losses sprinkled in, but that is a pretty decent start to the year. But our second half of the season form was not quite as good. We had an unbelievable start, but the second half was a little bit ropey. Now, it is important to remember that obviously we are 10 years into the future, so certain teams are good now that weren't good back then, or were bad now that are good back then. But it's safe to say the month of March may have completely killed our playoff or even promotion chances. Losing 3 games against Wrexham, Swansea, Norwich, drawing to Bristol Rovers, winning against Oxford, losing to Bristol City, losing to Sheffield United. The final 3 games, we beat Hull, Cardiff and West Brom. And actually, we got into the playoffs, finishing in 5th place on just 75 points. And funnily enough, in our first playoff games in the semi-finals, we faced up against a team we just beat 3-1 in West Brom. And we beat them 1-0 in the first leg as well. So we know we can beat West Brom. We beat them in back-to-back games. Just don't lose away from home. So of course, we proceeded to concede in the 7th minute. Because why on earth would we not? We are sadly not the best from set pieces, but we do grab a goal back in the 24th minute. Fairbrother down the right hand side finds a great ball into Healy, who pokes it past Griffiths, but West Brom score once again to level the tie up. It's Jaden on the ball, back to Guindo to find Garcia, whips it in backstick for a lovely back post header for Harris, and the game went all the way to the 94th minute before the next goal and the final goal of this tie, as Burton Albion are going to the final as a goal from De Bont finds the bottom of the corner, where we'll be facing up against Coventry, another team we have shown we can beat this season. And well, this game was just absolutely crazy and would go down as one of the best playoff finals of all time. Bickerstaff finds Konstantilas to grab an early goal in just 3 minutes, and it took all the way to the second half for Coventry to get a goal back of their own. A flick on, it goes through, Sato gets there and puts it into the top corner. We fast forward onto the 79th minute. Konstantinas finds De Bont once again on the edge of the box, takes his time, finds O'Malley, who eventually finds the back of the net. We have the lead, but in the 93rd minute, Beavis down the left-hand side, let's hope that's not Brandon Beavis, finds Bassett back to Beavis to find Beliahane to equalise the game up. But in the 98th minute, and still in normal time, Jamie Coult finds Daniel McEwen. It falls through to Konstantinas once again, who scores a screamer. And we are promoted to the Premier League in season number 10. And it's all thanks to our man, Michalis Konstantilis, who is now club captain. And I think will go down as an absolute legend. He is only worth £1.5 million. Before that game, he was unhappy probably because he wants a brand new contract. Well, guess what, Michaelis? You're about to get a big new deal because you have just taken Burton to the Premier League. All we have done in this rebuild is blood through youth, sell them for lots of money and not sign a single player. But we have managed to get Burton to be a Premier League side. This wasn't the best season ever. We've had a 70-point season before, but this time, them extra 5 points get us into the playoffs. And by the luck of the playoffs, we get through and we beat West Brom and we beat Coventry. And in this final season, the goals were spread out quite well. Daniel McCurran grabbed 17, Nagy grabbed 15, Konstantilis grabbed 11, Jamie Krul grabbed 7. There was 11 assists from right back Ben Pritchard as well. And I mean, let's just be honest, there's more wonder kids coming through the academy. This will never stop. I mean, Keziah Brangman, let me guess, has like a 160 potential, 121. That's the exact reason you don't always believe the star ratings. I've been absolutely mugged off right at the end of this rebuild. But anyway, there's so many 5-star potential players here. Loads of them have been having really good game time. But we are now going into the Premier League. And like I've said, if you guys want to see a part 2 where we attempt to win the Premier League with this Burton Albion system, only using youth, let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you guys want to get your hands on this, it is all available on the Patreon. If you enjoyed, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll speak to you next time.